Alrighty then, hello, hi, hey, what's up, you dudes and dudettes? My name is Gnator8t4 and welcome to my first attempt at doing a podcast. So the idea is I'm going to have someone different every week, so this week we have Mankalor.
Hello everybody, I'm Mankalor. I'm a Mario Kart YouTuber, and yeah, Mario Kart is my thing, and that's pretty much what I do on my channel.
Yes, and the basic gist for this series is I'll get each person to pick 4 or 5 games that are either their favorites or kind of influence them, and then I'll get them to talk about them. And obviously you mentioned Mario Kart there, but I think we'll save that till a bit later, because obviously you're very Nintendo focused. So I thought it'd be interesting to start with the only non-Nintendo property on your list, Halo.
Yes, the Halo series. I started with Halo back when Halo Reach released on the Xbox 360, because that's when I got into online gaming with online friends, where I met my first few online friends were through Xbox Live. And what me and my friends would do all the time on Halo Reach, we'd play like custom games where there was this one where I think we play like Pac-Man, where one person is like one of those alien elites, and then they have to chase all the humans around to kill them. And what else did we play? We also played like some like role-playing custom games where I think there was like a prison theme, and one person's a warden, and then everybody else is in their cells, and everybody has to figure out how to get around the warden and escape.
Oh, so would you say it was definitely kind of the multiplayer that kind of drew you to the series?
Yeah, the multiplayer has definitely drawn me in. It's drawn me in since Reach, and I played a bit of Halo 4. I mean, I liked a bit of Halo 4, but I just felt like the custom game options were quite limited in that compared to Reach. I haven't played any of the other Halos.
Yeah, so would you say it was definitely Reach is your favorite one?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so what I have written down here is Mario RPG. So could you specify which ones?
Actually, yeah, let's go with both series, because I've played pretty much every Mario RPG. The handful I haven't played are Color Splash and the Bowser's Inside Story remake for the 3DS.
Oh, you played Super Mario RPG as well.
Yep.
Yeah. So why the RPGs specifically?
No, because those have been like my favorite RPGs, and those are actually some of the first I played. I think the first RPG I did play was Paper Mario on the N64.
Do you have a favorite?
It's a tough choice. I'd have to say either Bowser's Inside Story or Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. I think I might lean toward Thousand Year Door.
Why that one?
I suppose I was a bit more invested in the story, and I suppose I just played that game more than I did Inside Story, because I like the final boss of Thousand Year Door, unlike Bowser's Inside Story, because I wanted a challenging final boss, but the Dark Bothful and Dark Bowser, those are just way too easy.
Yeah, see, that's the thing with RPGs. They tend to get a bit easier as you progress and get more abilities in that.
Yeah, but with Thousand Year Door and the Shadow Queen, that was like a pretty huge twist, and the boss fight itself was pretty difficult, so yeah, I'd say the Thousand Year Door has a better ending.
Okay. All right, we've definitely got a bit of a Mario theme, so before we get to kind of the main one, let's talk about WarioWare. So, wasn't this your first video on WarioWare?
I think I had Halo videos before WarioWare, but the first video that's still up on my channel, is definitely a WarioWare DIY video. WarioWare DIY is a game where you can create your own little micro games that last like 8 or 16 seconds. And I've wanted to become like a game developer, so that kind of game really appealed to me. I think I made like 70 or so micro games out of that, and I would come up with some weird ideas. I had one where you're in a restaurant that has like a Super Mario Galaxy vibe, where there's one where the gravity's going upward and the gravity's going downward. You had to throw a plate of food up to the other side and then run across the stage and then toss the food back out to the other side to the customer without throwing the plate at them.
Oh, wow. Do you play other people's stages?
Yes, I played a few of other people's micro games, and I've seen a couple of good ones.
But you prefer making them?
Yeah, I definitely prefer making the games and even the levels in Mario Maker over playing the other levels.
Alright, so we'll get to the last game, and I can finally have a bit more input on this one, because I've played it. So obviously, Mario Kart is your big thing, but let's kind of go pre-YouTube. What kind of drew you to it before you kind of started making content on it, and then we'll get to the content part later?
Okay, so the first Mario Kart I played was Mario Kart 64. I just played that like crazy, and my favorite track was Calamari Desert because I'm someone who really likes trains, so yeah, that's the track that appealed to me the most.
Yeah, so when you kind of, because obviously you just kind of did the odd video here and there, but once it kind of started gaining momentum, was it kind of a bit of an easy pick to just kind of go for just doing Mario Kart constantly?
Yeah, when I was picking up, I was kind of doing a little bit of everything, but yeah, when I got really big, I decided to focus a bit more on Mario Kart since that was the content I was doing most well on the channel, and I was also having the most fun with, so it was just a good combination for me.
Yeah, and obviously you've played it for a very long time, so kind of what's the lasting kind of appeal for you that makes you want to keep going back?
I would say I suppose the randomness of Mario Kart, just the different items you can get, and even though it's the same set of tracks, it can still be a variety of outcomes. And not to mention playing with friends is still a blast.
Do you have anything to say about any of the other Mario Karts? Because obviously it's kind of 8's your primary one and 64 was your first one, but what about in between?
Did play a lot of Double Dash way back in the day, and that was a lot of fun. And I've had a lot of fun revisiting that with modding because I tossed a whole bunch of Bowser shells on a baby park. And there's another mod I did where instead of the giant bananas splitting into bananas, they split into more Bowser shells.
Right, a favorite course from each Mario Kart game, if you can do it off the top of your head.
I haven't played much Super Mario Kart, so I can't really say
Yeah.
much there. 64, I already said
Calamari, yeah. Have you played much of DS?
Yes, I played a lot of DS. Which one is my favorite? I'd have to say Luigi Pinball. Just yeah, I like.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Classic.
Mario Kart
Double
Wii.
Dash, I like.
Double Dash, yeah, sorry. Yeah, then Wii.
I'd have to say Moonview Highway.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know which one I like in. I quite like Cooper Cape just because of the little underground tunnel bit. That's always cool.
Oh yeah, that's a great track.
Yeah, Mario Kart 7.
Mario Kart 7. I'd have to say Rock Mountain.
I quite liked the Woohoo Island ones because, like, not just because of like the little cheat that was kind of interesting to pull off. It's quite hard to come up with the top of your head, and obviously Mario Kart 8.
Mario Kart 8. I'm going with Super Bell Subway.
Yeah. Again, going back to the train thing.
Yep, train thing, and just unique theme of like going through a subway.
Yeah, obviously the DLC was quite good in that.
Yeah, Mario Kart 8 had some of the best DLC out of the Wii U games.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, alright, so I think that's about all we've got time for, so thanks very much for listening. I may do some more in the future. We'll see how this goes down. Thank you for joining me, Mankalor.
No problem. Thanks for inviting me.
And obviously go check out his stuff. So, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.